right. I believe it's on. Good morning to all. Good morning, Tara. Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Probably not. I don't watch the debates because I don't really need to see them argue back and forth. Like I say, I said this last time. I get anxious listening to a person be questioned. I don't care who it is. It just makes me anxious. But like I I think you should watch debates. There should be debates so that um, we know where the candidates stand. But I mean, come on. Who do we have? We got Joe Biden and Donald Trump. If Joe Biden's platform was, you know, he likes to steal crack pipes from orphanages, I'm still voting for him. So, you know, I don't need to hear what they got to say. But it will be a bit of an experiment to watch what's his face blunder everything to see if he paces around Joe Biden like he tried to Hillary. But might not even be a debate. So we'll see. Because mind you, when we were doing readings a while back, we also got that there would be delays with his State of the Union speech. That went off on time. But there might be some delays here though. So I don't know. I don't want to hear him talk though. Just give me a snippet. Oh, it's raining now. I brought the bumper shoot. I was going for the walking stick, but I don't have 3 arms, so I got to bring this because to keep the phone dry. Are they doing? Are they doing like a COVID debate where they're going to be in 2 separate locations? Yes, my bumper shoot. Yeah, the trees are changing now. All the leaves on the ground. They're all in the street too. Yeah, you hear the nature instead of cars this time, huh? Hi, Becca. it's it says, wait, see if we see some breath. Well, a little bit. I seen a little bit. It says it's 54 degrees and it's raining. The 54 part, I'm not quite sure if that's true, but I ain't really felt a genuine 54 in a very long time. But It's definitely cool. For Florida people, it would be cold. Because, all they're used to is sun 13 months out of the year. But it's lovely. I'll box some up and send it to you. It's lovely. Look at the sky. That's my type of sky. The white ball of death is behind the white clouds of joy. It's raining, it's cold. This woman smoking her cigarette just went in the house, so I ain't got to walk past it again. Oh, I ain't said nothing, Sandra. I just started. Like 5 minutes ago. So you're at the beginning. Like it's raining, the bumper chute's not open. Like, sure, it's all wet, but like if it rains, this is not rain. This is the sprinkler is on. That's all. Oh, there's a bit of a red in that tree. I can see it. See the red in that one? It's got some of the leaves are changing. That's nice. Fall is here, at least in one part of the country. Big limes on the ground again. That's a nice house. I should have brought a cloth for the phone though, because I got drops on it. But I don't feel like opening the umbrella. Like I like this type of rain to fall. It's comfortable. Cross the street and not get ran over. I bet y'all are. I bet you in California y'all ready for a whole lot of things. Pardon me. There we go. Had to wipe the phone off. But it's very nice. The wind's blowing too. So it would be a very for people who don't like cold, this is not your type of day. It's supposed to be, I think, for the high. Oh, look at that sign. That looks. Oh, is that leaves? Yeah, it's leaves. Like a murder scene. it's got it's got red blotches all over those leaves. So, but everything here, yes, Sandra, I am. Everything here is. Well, I can see the breath now. I don't know, 54. I don't remember what 54 feels like. I guess it's 54 because it's not cold to me, but I'm hot all the time, so it just feels like I'm in the refrigerator, not the freezer. Because this is comfortable to me. No sleeves, no jacket, The hat was merely to cover my hair. That's about it. For whatever reason, it was laying there. I picked it up, I put it on. You know, it's never really part of my attire. Fine. I'll use the bumbershoot now. There. But now I can hear raindrops. I don't like that noise. Pardon me again. Let me wipe the phone off. All right. 70 and muggy. See, that's what I don't want. It's the biggest truck in the world. Fall leaves are pretty. See, now you can't see anything but bumbershoot. Oh well. But it's cold and rainy. Rain's picking up now. Okay, good. If it ain't bothering y'all, it ain't bothering me. But this is actually, when I kept saying, oh, I'm so excited to move. This is why, though. This is why. You can see a little trees now. For the cold and the rain. And eventually, it will turn so cold that this will be snow. And then, walking up these hills in the snow, we'll see how that works. I still need to get some winter boots, though. Because seasons are great. Florida was so... it's like the armpit of the world. It was just hot and humid for no reason. I can't. No more equator states. No more tropics. I'm tired of that. This is why I was excited to move here. I care nothing about region of the country. Like, oh, you're going to be in the north. I don't care about that part. They have seasons. You go to Shanghai as long as it has a season. And it has seasons. Oh Lord, the noisy truck. I said, oh, it's nice to hear nature instead of cars, and then you keep driving around me. Go away. No, I haven't been anywhere, actually. I don't leave the house all that much. I'm sure we'll do something, because I have to go to at least, since we are in this region, I have to go to New York at least one time. And I've never been, because I've never been up this way. I've been West Coast and I've been South like my whole life. But I've never been in the Northeast anything. Or I've never been on the East Coast anything except Florida. And even in Florida, I didn't go that many places. So that's the only thing on my list of to do, is to go to New York at least one time. And I think it is actually not all that far. What, 6 hours, something like that? So that's going to really be my, that's the only thing on my list. is to go see if it'll fall out. Let me know if y'all can still hear me. Take the earpiece out. Well, that's the only thing on my list. $54. See, that's my get down. I love some 54. It's still there. Ruby, you weren't here on the last one that I did, so I'll go through it again. Someone at some point tried to post my address online, so I don't show what's around me. I mean, whoever it is can probably find where I am, I'm sure, but this is why I don't turn the camera so that you can see everything in my area. So no, we won't be doing that. This is all you get to see. And all you get to see is umbrella. So no, we won't be doing that. But it's not raining as hard. So we can put that down though. I think that's going to be our high for the day. It's like 60 something. See, it's just perfect. This is my kind of day. Outside of my brother, the rest of the family thinks I'm just insane. I don't like the sun. I don't like heat. I like this. I like rain and clouds. And cold. I don't like hot rain. Because that's just nasty. No, this t-shirt is, I bought a bunch of red shirts because at one point in time, I used to work for Target. And since their uniform is just a basic red shirt, they don't buy you shirts. You have to buy your own shirts. And so since I worked 5 days a week, I just bought a bunch of red shirts. So I have a bunch of red shirts. Now they would give me shirts when I made them, but I had to make them because they had a guy who would go out and, get the baskets of shopping carts from outside. And so whenever he would go, I guess to breaks or lunches or something like that, they would pull somebody from the inside to go and get the cart should they build up too much before he got back. And so they're not the lightest things in the world, so they needed somebody that was big as him or bigger than him. So they'd send me out there. Now, mind you, this is Texas, southern Texas, which has the same weather as Mississippi and Florida. So it's 1,000 degrees outside, and I'm pushing these gigantic carts. And all you got to do is say heat, and I'm going to start sweating. You ain't got to be hot. Just say heat, and I'm going to sweat. So I go outside, whole shirt looks like I just jumped in a pool. And then I go back in, and they was like, okay, can you go back to the register? And, no, I can't, actually. Because I don't know if your eyes work, but my whole shirt is wet. I'm full of sweat. My face is still sweating. And you want me to stand in front of people and look like, I'm under oath and I'm about to lie. Whole face full of sweat, whole shirt full of sweat, and you want me to stand there and, hi, how you doing? Welcome to Target. No. Either you give me another shirt or I'm not standing up here. So then they would go upstairs and find me a shirt. So, and then mind you, it was one of the Target shirts. Like it had the Target logo and had the little stupid dog on it, the whole thing. Like, why can't you just give us these? You got a whole container full of these damn shirts. Why do I have to go buy a shirt at $7 a pop to come work in here? When you got a whole basket of them up. What do you have them up there for? What are you doing? Giving them out for Kwanzaa or something? Give me one of these shirts. So that's the only way I got other shirts than what I'm wearing right now. I still got blue shirts from Walmart. I think I have a blue shirt from Walmart. I think I got one. Because after that, I started wearing a shirt and a tie from Walmart. So then I put the bumper chute down. Then it starts raining heavy again. I think God's trolling me. That's what that is. I had a vest. I hated that too because I can't stand clothes on top of clothes. Like I can't wear undershirts and I can't. It just bothers the heck out of me. It just feels like I have too many clothes on, and then I get hot. I had to wear a vest. I worked for Big Lots. I had to wear a vest. And then when I worked for Hallmark, they wanted us to wear aprons. And I'm like, so here's what we not gonna do. I'm not walking around no apron. And then one day, I'm like dusting off shelves and stuff because that's all you really do at home because it's never really that busy until the occasions arise, Mother's Day, Christmas, so forth and so forth. So I'm walking around dusting stuff off and picking stuff up and doing this and doing that. And I need to take inventory of something because I ordered all the candles and stuff for the store. And I'm like, I don't have enough hands, I don't have enough pockets. Put the apron on, it's got big giant pockets in front. And then I start wearing an apron. It was very convenient. It's like, yes, this is okay right now. Because I get to carry all my crap. I think I've worked everywhere in the world that retail has to offer. At least all the chains. Walmart, Target, Walgreens, CVS, Hallmark, Big Lots. I think that's it, as far as the big chains go. And then AT&T. I thought I was going to go work for Sprint, and then I worked for AT&T, where I had the longest, most ridiculous interview in the world, which was my first interview that I had forum questions in. And we talked about that last time. I'm not doing those ever again. Tell me about a time. No, I'm not telling you about no time. I'm not Aesop's fables. I'm not about to start making up stories. No. Oh, there's orange leaves in that one. They're all the same. Susanna, they're all the same. They just have, different uniforms. As they say, same script, different cast. Because retail doesn't really change from place to place. Place to place is just the people that you work with that changes. The company structure itself, it's all the same. Stand here, do this, stand here, do that. The easiest job I had was Hallmark and Barnes and Noble. And possibly because those are very I don't really have a tailored customer. You go in Hallmark if there's an occasion. And, if it's outside of birthdays and holidays, nobody comes in there. So it was a lot of chit chatting, which I like to do, and standing around. They say, well, it's always something to do. You can dust this off and clean this off. Dusting the shelf does not take 8 hours. So it was a lot of standing around. So it was the easiest job that I've ever had. And then Barnes and Noble, um, Barnes and Noble has people who go shopping for books are not rowdy, so it's not really a issue working there because either you got it or you don't. Do y'all have this book? Here it is. Do y'all have that book? There it is. And I worked there when Twilight came out. See, I always work somewhere when something big happens. But I worked there when Twilight came out. And so that was a big deal. The Twilight books, anyway. Not necessarily the movie. But the movies did come out, but the books were still very, very, very popular at the time. Is that what they're doing? What's BBW? And do we have it here? Now, if it's food service, then no. Because I don't want to work for food services. I don't want to work anywhere where I have to touch and prepare somebody's food. They just act real different. Like a hungry person going to the grocery store is different than a hungry person in a fast food place. In the grocery store, you may be hungry, but you have to take this home before anything can be eaten, usually. But at the restaurant, you're waiting on it right now, to eat it right now. And they just get very impatient. And it's not the kind of job you have if you're petty and you don't want bad karma. So, because I told you, number one person you do not want to piss off is somebody handling your food. So, no. Bath and Body Works, I have not. I would never get paid. I don't think I need to work there. So you having buy three, get three free right now on payday? Okay. So do I just sign the check over? Is that how it works? Oh, gosh, I know I don't need to work in place because everywhere I go that I work, I spend a lot of money. Except AT&T, and that's because everything costs a lot of money. But outside of that, and the mortgage company, because I wasn't buying a bunch of houses. But everywhere I work, I leave with something. Even Hallmark. Because I had every candle in the world from that place. All the wax melts. I still have I have no candles left from there. I have 1,000 wax. I can own my own wax museum. I have so many wax melts left though. But I just plugged in my warmer yesterday or Sunday. So I'm gonna start burning those. But man, I would never get paid from that darn store. I still got like 30 hand soaps. I don't know. I don't know. That would be fun to work in though, I think. But it reminds me of Hallmark, how everything has to be pretty and in place and dusted off. And I mean, this is busy work, so it's not hard to do. But I've never seen a man in Bath and Body Works either. I'm sure there are somewhere. I've seen a man in Victoria's Secrets plenty of times, but I've never seen one in Bath and Body Works. Ever. That's interesting. Like, I've never seen one. They're all sort of, not to be rude, but they're kind of like interchangeable white girls. It's usually all I ever see in there. I don't see any black girls, no Asian girls, no none of that. It's kind of photocopied white girls. It's kind of, that's all that works in Bath and Body Works. And they're all Jennifer or Ashley. That's all that works there. I would be an anomaly, I think. Well, I love grocery stores because, yes, number one, unscented $30 candle. Exactly. Man. And I had a bunch of them too. I think even the one, the Midsummer's Night that smells like cologne, the black one, that one is very potent inside the jar. And you would think, okay, I'll burn it, my whole room will smell like, Chippendales. No. Where you sit, if it's not by that candle, you ain't smelling nothing. Yankee needs to step y'all game up. Bath and Body Works, I can burn and the whole house smell like that. Champagne toast is my favorite. That smell is amazing. But I like the grocery store because it's busy work to me, hard work to some. It's busy work to me, and I like the people. And there's two that I could get to from here, but eh, I don't know. I'm kind of over retail right now. Like I really am. I mean, that's where I'm going to be anyway once my little vacation is over. I have to come to Baltimore. Okay. Public relations. See, I like people. I don't want a. I don't want an office job. I don't want to go and have a sit and talk job. I had that at the phone company, even though, well, that's kind of public relations too, but even though it's not the same, I don't know. I don't like sit and talk jobs. I don't like jobs. I like labor jobs, which, to the dismay of so many people that know me. There's, oh my God, you're so this, you should do this. Oh my God, you're so that, you should do that. But I really do like retail because one, you stand all day. And even though that sounds horrible, it doesn't bother me. And then you feel like at the end of the day, you did some work. Like I'm a laborer. I like to move around and I don't like to sweat so much, but I like the toil of it all. So I like that kind of work. I don't like construction. Like I don't want to go and be super dirty, but I do like labor. So office jobs have just never really been my thing. But I like people. So I got to be in front of people, whatever it is. I can't, yeah, ain't that the truth? Always have a job, even with COVID. Well, certain places I will. Well, I guess you always will. Retail positions are dying off. All they really do, like take for instance Walmart. They had 22 check stands. Now it's mostly self check, and then 2 check stands for people who look at self-check and become intimidated. So you can go stand in the line if you want to. Or you have the Amazon store in Seattle that has no employees except stockers and I think they said a deli worker who makes like the fresh salads and things like that, but they have no check stand at all because everything you put in that little basket is ringing it up as you put it in there. And so then once you're done, you pay and then you leave. So I don't know. But I think there were, well, I can't say that either. I worked in a grocery store that had 12 self-checks. But there's always going to be a need, I think. Well, I can't say that either because of the Amazon store. I was saying there's going to always be a need for a cashier, but I don't know. I didn't know. No, because I tried one day. Well, no, I didn't try. I thought about working for somewhere like a Home Depot, but I know nothing about nothing in there. Now, I know you can learn, but with the retail jobs I've had, my only learning curve is learning where everything is. But everything in there, I know what it is. So if you come in there and you say, do y'all have corned beef hash? I can find where corned beef hash is, or at the very least, I know what that is. But if you say y'all have, a 4-inch this and a 12 by 12, I don't even know what, I failed geometry twice. So please don't give me measurements and shapes and screws and different types of screwdriver. I don't know nothing about that type of stuff. Like, at all. You do need supervisors. See, and that's another thing. They have one person to watch all those self-checks, which is insane to me. Because they tried to get me to work at the self-check in the grocery store. And I said, no, I'm not putting my own self out of a job, so I'm not going over there, thank you. But it's one person, they stand in front of the screen, and they just push buttons from over there. If a person needs help, they go over and do that, but they're just standing there pushing buttons. Somebody rang up something twice, you can take it off from up there. Something won't scan, you can type it in from up there. I can't. See, I bet they do. I don't doubt it. It's just not my type. I don't like that type of stuff, though, either. I go in Home Depot, I feel intimidated. I don't know how to build anything. I worked in a furniture store or a furniture department once, and people would come in. If I buy this, can you put it together? I said I can, but you can only use it one time. Because as soon as you put something on it, it's going to fall down. I'm not that person. I don't care how many instructions it has. It can be in bold print English, and I'm going to still mess it up. It's not my gift. It's not my gift. I worked for Target. That's where this red shirt comes from. You know I hated Target? Because when you go to the check stand, the one that we worked in, we had to heavily push their red card, which is their debit or credit card for Target. I'm not a salesman. If I ask you, do you want something? One time, and you tell me no, conversation's over. There's like, no, what you have to do, they walk up and say, would you like to sign up for a Target red card? No. Do you realize you save 5% on all your purchases, even clearance items? No, thank you. Well, do you realize that 1% of all of your purchases goes to the educational charity of your choice? No, thank you. Well, do you realize you get free shopping or free shipping online? No, thank you. Do you realize I'm supposed to do that? Like, who's not going to be pissed off at the end of that? Ain't nobody got time for that. I told you no 3 times, child. I don't like that. I don't like pestering people and hounding people, and I can't. You told me no, it meant no. Now, some people, once you tell them all those little extra benefits, some people is like, oh, really? Okay, fine, I'll sign up for one. Mind you, a lot of people do not realize it's a debit and credit card. It is not a store card. That means when you swipe this Target card, that comes out your bank account. It is a debit and credit card. It is not a shop and save card. Like the CVS little scan your thing. That's not that. So no. That's that I can't. That made me run away. That alone. Now, was one lady, I swear, everywhere I work is one person that is okay. To me, this is the stupidest, jealousy is the stupidest emotion on the planet. Stupidest. I don't get it. I don't understand it. I don't want to understand it. I mean, I understand it, but I don't want to understand it. I get something in your life is missing. You see it in somebody else, and you want it or you hate them because they got it. I get it, but it's stupid. And everywhere I work, I get one person that can't stand me from the jump. Cannot stand it. The bosses usually take me down, introduce me to people, and then one person. I didn't say nothing, didn't say hi, bye, cat, dog, nothing. They already don't like me. And I had one at Target. She was one of the little management people who walk around with the clipboard. And I'm like, okay, it's me or her. One of us got to go. So since she's management, I'm pretty sure y'all gonna choose her. So let me just go. So I went upstairs and I'm like, okay, give me a little slip because you have to fill out forms and stuff to quit unless you just quit. But they said, okay, fill out this form and put your 2 weeks in if you want to, but they prefer if you speak with somebody from HR first because this is part of their retention because Target and Walmart have high turnover. So I'm like, fine, okay. And go talk to the HR lady, and she was like, well, what's wrong? At least, tell me that part. And so then I told her, I said, it's either me or her. She's the rudest person I've ever met. I'm trying not to pop off at the mouth because, that wouldn't be good. And she was like, well, come talk to us first and, let us try to solve it. And so I go downstairs and the next day I'm off. The next day I come back. She's the sweetest person on earth. She's like, oh, how are you doing today? Good morning. So nice to see you. Oh, now it's nice to see me? Oh, they took your ass upstairs. Okay, I get you. I get you now. Okay, Target. I see somebody was at work. Now she nice. Now it's nice to see me. Now it's, oh, girl, get out of my face. And see, I can't stand that even more. Don't be fake. You couldn't stand me from when I walked in here, and now you nice. Now it's nice to see me. Thump you in your eye. It's nice to see me now. I can't stand people. But her whole attitude changed in one day. How'd that work? But I went upstairs. I'm like, oh, she's fine now. They was like, okay. Because she was a heifer. She was heifer number one. I can't. Mm-hmm. I can't. And I ain't did nothing to that woman. I'm telling you from the first day. And it wasn't so much anything she did, it was everything she said. She was trying to be condescending. I'm like, okay, I get that your position is over mine, but you're not superior to me. So please stop trying to talk down at your nose at me because I'm all the way grown and this is what we're not going to do. So instead of me flying off at the handle, I'm like, okay, let me just go work somewhere else. There's a place down the street to pay $2.50 more than y'all do anyway, and I do less work. So why am I here? I can't. And see, I can't work for Starbucks. I can't work for food service places. That's what they all do, Karen, and I don't understand. I don't want your job. I didn't apply for it. They always ask me if I want it because I have, experience in managerial qualities. But I don't want to be a manager anymore. I did that 1,000 times. I'm tired of that too. Every problem in the world is your problem. I can't. I'm sick of that. You're the 24-hour complaints department. I can't. One thing drives me insane is a person complaining over weird stuff or stupid stuff. He put my bread in the bag the wrong way. Okay. I'll go and I'll punch him in his face because he put your bread sideways instead of standing up. Okay. I'll do that for you. Now get your ass out of here. Straighten it yourself. God sakes. It ain't like he put green beans on top of it. It's just, I can't. Anyway, enough of that. I can't sometimes. But people, wow, $200 worth of coffee in 1 week. Oh, I can't. It was a girl, actually, it was a girl who worked at the Target with, she got hired the same day I did because we were all at orientation together. There's like 5 of us. And she was doing, she worked the customer service desk, which I also didn't want to do because they asked me to do that too. They said, oh, well, you get to make more, 30 cents more. No, thank you. And then on top of that, everything, I can't stand people bring stuff back to the store. Even if it's legitimate, for whatever reason, it just bothers my whole nerves. And not that they're bringing it back, but that I have to be problem solver now. And so, do you have your receipt? No. Do you have your, like, I can't, no. I hate that whole process. But anyway, she was doing fraudulent returns. And don't do this nowhere, but I'm going to tell you how to do it. You go up there, because usually she's standing there by herself. And you just ring something up, or you take somebody's receipt, and you take something off of it that they were not bringing back, and you put it in the computer, and then you take the money for it. Now, you should either take the money or you put it on a gift card, and that's how she got caught. Is she was starting to put it on gift cards, and so when you put a bunch of stuff on gift cards, that means you had no receipt at the time. And so that's how she got caught, because you're doing it way too many times. Not PS, but fast forward, I quit Target and then go to this grocery store that I talk about all the time, HEB. And so I'm working there like 4 or 5 months or so. I think it was longer than that, actually. Anyway, I was working there. And then she walks in and she has an interview, and she's nice, so it's not like they would, say, hey, get out of here. And I'm like, okay, moral dilemma. Do I go over there and tell them this child just got fired for doing fraudulent returns at the Target? Or do I mind my business and then let her work here and then get caught? I'm like, so I went to one of the other managers. I said, so what your college just had an interview with this girl. And I ain't saying, but I'm saying that she may have gotten fired from somewhere for doing fraudulent things. So if you want to go tell him, you can. And so I'm standing there at the register, right? I'm checking other people out. And, and the one who was doing the interview, he come over to me and he said, okay, he put somebody else in my place, and then I had to go in the office and talk. Like, it's like, I didn't really want to get involved, but my moral compass was like, you can't. Now, people can change, but I can't stand a thief. I'm sorry, I can't do it. Because I will give you anything in the world that I have to give you, and you say you want it. Somebody say they want this damn umbrella, I'll give it to them right now. But don't take nothing from me. That burns a hole in my whole soul. Because I don't like to get got, as they say. Like, don't take nothing from me. Ask me for it, and I guarantee you, if it's not something saving my life, I will give it to you. But don't take it from me. And so I just can't. A thief is just, that's my number one thing. I don't know why that, probably a past life thing, but why that in particularly burns me up. People who lie to me, straight to my face, I've had that many a times. I don't know, that I get over. Because I understand why people lie. But as a person who will give you whatever it is you need that I have, I don't understand why you steal. That I don't get. You go into a store, this has happened 1,000 times, especially when I lived in Florida and I worked in Meth Central. It's like they come in, they need something, they ask me if I can get it for them. I'll buy it for you all day. There was another lady in that neighborhood. It was pretty much the same people who did it. And so she came in one day and she was like, you're so sweet, but you know these people are taking advantage of you because they leave and they say, go up to the store and he'll buy it for you. I said, okay, I do understand that, because although I am a generous person, I'm not stupid. I get that, but at the same time, I have it to give, and there is no real reason for me to say no. And I would rather you come and ask me for it than you to try to take it from me. So, and it wasn't like, hey JC, hey, can you buy me a car? It was, can you buy me a flashlight is usually what it was. Because in that area, you had to have one. Because you have to have a light on your bike, otherwise you get a ticket. And so that's usually what it was. But I can't stand it. Oh yeah, I'm not worried about it. That's one thing I've always had luck at, is finding a job. This is why I need boots. My shoes are wet. Because umbrellas work. They just keep your hair dry, really. Yes, me too, Kim. Good morning, Living Water. I just, because there's no need. Stop blowing horns. No, I haven't, Marcia. I need to. Like my shoes, every time I step, you can see the water shooting at the top. You can see the water shooting at the top of it. But I need to go and look for boots. I think this is our warning right here. Like, you may want some seasons, but it ain't gonna get no better than this. So you might want to go get your boots right now. And not your petty boots, your actual boots. Because it's about to snow. And see what I need, because I have boots already, but they're cloth. Yeah, we receive snow, but they're cloth. And so they'll get wet too and then soaked, and then my feet will be frozen and so forth and so forth. So what I need is, you know, a skin, a leather or rubber or whatever. It's not something that's not cloth. So I'll go and I'll look for that. I know it. That's my thing right now, is I'm trying not to wait until it's too late. But I'm a procrastinator, so it might happen. Oh, that's a pretty tree. Wish I could take a picture of it. So if y'all can see it. Back there, all that yellow leavish color all over it back there. It's pretty in person anyway. No, I don't want crocodiles. I'm not a pimp. I don't want snakeskin, crocodile, none of that. Duck boots. What I need, well, something where the water rolls off. I need, I was gonna go into this little store, and I need to do it sooner than later. Problem is, it's work boots, and I'm pretty sure I can find something in there, because I was gonna try to do a local place rather than Amazon, because I can buy shoes online, they always fit. Well, I take that back. I ordered some stuff from Nike on 3 different occasions and had to send them back because they were too narrow. And so I need to go in a store. I would rather go in a store, but if it's not feasible, then I ain't doing it. I'll just go there and to Amazon and buy what I need to buy, get it in 2 days. And there's a distribution center in Pittsburgh, so might get it the next day. But we'll see. Because I'm constantly walking up the hill. I'm out of breath. I'm constantly walking up the hill. So I can just imagine how these hills are once it gets snowy. Yes, treads and waterproof. That's what I'm looking for. That's not what I have on now. I need at least 2 pair if I'm going to get them, but so we'll see. We'll see how all that works out. I'll do that too. Because, mind you, I need them specifically because everywhere I go, I walk. So it's different if you're just getting in the car, driving somewhere, getting out the car, going in somewhere, then I can just wear what I got. Because I'm outside, for as long as it takes to walk in a building. But me, I have to walk everywhere. And then, if I take these walks like I've been doing, like I said, I'm constantly walking up this hill. Sweet Jesus. I swear I better lose at least 2 pounds. At least. Because these hills is no joke. I'm walking down the hill and I feel like I can't stop myself. I ain't walking down the steep hills like somebody's pushing me. Oh, I don't know if y'all saw it or not. Why you stop in the middle of the street? I hate walking in grass. So I step in the grass because this heifer coming, but then this heifer stop in the middle of the street. I can't stand people. And then you start driving again. I'm going to throw a rock at your car as soon as you come by here. Jesus, I can't stand people. So, Jesus Christ. You just messed up my whole sentence. I don't even know what I was talking about anymore. Child. Anyway. I'm going to get boots. I mean, I don't need, army gear or nothing. I'm not a stranger to snow and ice, so it'll be fine. I hate Florida. Florida's awful. I like snow and ice. That's what I was born in. That's what I like. I don't like heat. I don't like sand. I don't like none of that. I like snow. I've walked on ice my whole life. I got that down too. Oh, yes. I don't know if you heard or not. Well, no, you did hear. I don't know if y'all saw it or not. Ganga made a painting, that fire and ice painting. That was for me, so I looked at the UPS man just now. That's what reminded me of it. It's not here, but that's what reminded me. So that's on the way. I hate Florida. I was watching Ganga's video. She said the same thing. She hated Florida. But somebody was telling her, oh, you should move here. It's this and this and this. It's like Hawaii. But she gets there and it's not like Hawaii. It's like Florida. And so she couldn't wait to leave either. She's in Las Cruces and she loves it. I'm in Pittsburgh and I love it too. These hills may be killer, but this weather is phenomenal. I'll give up all of Florida for this. I'm ready for the snow though. I am. I love the snow. I love the cold. There's not a real African on the inside of me. I don't like sun. I don't like heat. It's a Nordic person somewhere. There's a white man on the inside. He likes cold. And so I can't wait. I can wait, but I can't wait. Now, my brother likes cold too. He doesn't like it freezing cold, but then again, I take that back. It was one day. Oh Lord. But he's a layers person too, so he likes scarves and jacket. That's kind of probably why he likes the cold, because he likes his jackets and his scarves and his this and that. But one day I wake up, I walk through the living room, and it's at least 15 degrees. All the windows are up. The fan is on. I mean, the inside of the house said it was 66. And mind you, we didn't have no air on or anything. It was just the windows were up because it was one of those really, really cold type of days. And the fan was on. And he's sitting there bundled up. I'm like, yeah, why not? Free air conditioning. After we just come back from that armpit of a state, Florida. So yeah, let's get out of there. And it was hot yesterday. Well, warmer yesterday, but it wasn't humid. You know, the devil's breath was under control. And so I'm loving it. I really am. Really? The traffic is horrible out there. I've never been. Light work boots, I have some. I have some. I just don't wear them. I wear these things because they slip on, and that's just laziness that sets in with the work boot thing. I have some light work boots. I just don't wear them because then I have to sit down and untie and then tie, and then it's a lazy thing. That's the only reason I don't have them on now. I should because they're big and bright and red. Because why not? And I like red, but it just takes too much effort to put it on. Because I had to talk myself to get up this morning. I was like, okay, get up. Then once you get to walking, then you know the energy will come in and so forth. But, oh well. I was hungover from melatonin. That's what happened. I couldn't get up this morning because I laid down, and it was one of those things to where your mind won't shut off. So I laid down, eyes popped open, closed them on purpose. They popped back open. So it's okay. Melatonin will fix your behind, and so that's what happened. How about Uggs? As in the furry boots? No, thank you. They do make no, that was lugs. No, I have what I need. I just um, I just need boots for the wet, for the snow and stuff. So if that it doesn't seep through like it's doing to my shoes right now. Y'all better cut trees. But I'll get what I want. At the very least, what I need. I already got my gloves picked out. Because my hands is the thing that really get cold. Like they were cold earlier before I started walking up this hill. Simply because my hands were wet and it's 60 degrees out here. But I already got the gloves picked out. I just need the boots. I don't wear scarves. I don't wear beanies and hats and all that. No, no. This hat on my head now is bothering me. I cannot stand a hat. So we will not be doing that. My brother likes all that stuff. Jen says she's knitting us scarves. So we'll get those. But I'm not a bundle up type of person. Never been. And even when I lived in the ice and the cold, put a jacket on, put your gloves on, take you behind to work. That was it. That's what Gonga said, Delilah. That is what she said. No. Okay, I get what y'all are saying. Oh my God, it gets really cold up there. I understand. Go to Oklahoma, live in Oklahoma 1 year, and you will understand why you'll be used to everything. I remember one of the last times I went. It snowed, the sun came out, it rained, and then it snowed again. And then there was a tornado warning all in one day. One day. And well, I should actually say in 12 hours because I got there midday. But all that happened in one day. I'm used to the cold. I like the cold. The 17 below. All of that, I've had that before. I'm not a stranger to snow and ice. I'm fine with that. I'll have to show you all my pictures one day. When I walked outside and the stop signs had ice on it, everything was frozen. Everything. Talk about ice age. I mean, everything. Everything that was not covered in something else was covered in ice. Everything. Trees. And then it was very peaceful. It was kind of like all the people on earth had vanished. I was walking through because I walk to work. I'm walking through and you can hear, branches snapping off and falling. It was actually kind of as dangerous as that sounds, it was a very lovely sound though. To just kind of walk through and hear it snap and fall. To hear it snap and fall. I like that sound. But it's nice. They're paying people to move. You couldn't pay me to move there anymore. I hate Oklahoma. If it was a blue state, I'd go. Because it's very calm though. It's not big city. There's 3 million people in the whole state. So it's calm. Like if you wanted to retire a place to where it was very, very calm, that's a good place to go. But everything closes at 8. Like there's moments in Oklahoma where you can literally walk down the middle of the busiest street and there's nobody coming. Like everything just like everybody goes to sleep at the same time. Everybody's got the same bedtime. Every store closes at the same time. It's very calm. Now you can find you some areas where you ain't got no business being, but that's everywhere. But it's calm. I wouldn't move back there though, because it is awful at the same time. Yeah, it does. That's my sister said that about Seattle, that she would never want to go. She said, I bet the suicide rate is high because you never see the sun. Yeah, it does affect your mental and spiritual health when you never get, because we are of the sun, we are walking light. So as much as I say, I hate the white ball of death, I hate the heat from it. And it's pretty to look at because I like everything in the sky. Stars, the moon, the sun, even. In all seriousness, I just don't like the heat. But I like this. I like that sky, to where it's just all white. That's what I like. I love the rain. I love the snow. I love the cold. I'm a vampire. So I like the ice and the cold. You can keep the sun and the heat. Bye, Purple Rain. That's what I like. Yes. I've never been to, no, I've been to Lawton one time. One time. Well, we went through Lawton. I shouldn't say I've really been. Well, no, we did go. Because somebody we knew lived there. So yeah, we did go once. But Oklahoma's weather is very bipolar. I mean, this happens everywhere, but it'll rain across the street. No rain on your side of the street. Tornado every 9 minutes. it's it gives you everything. You have everything but hurricanes. That's because it has no shore. But if it had one, it had hurricanes too. It has everything. Tornadoes, dust storms, ice storm, blizzard, earthquakes. I had a dust storm one time. It was although breathing quality was 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 zero, it was interesting to just look up in the sky and all you see is red. It's just red dirt flying through the sky. And it's moving red dirt. It's not like, you look up and it's kind of like the fire type of thing to where the sky is red. No, it's moving across the sky and it's all dirt, just red dirt. That is one thing that is pretty in Oklahoma is the red dirt. But if you get it on your clothes, it's going to stay on your clothes for a very long time because it's pretty much clay. But the red dirt flying through the sky, that was interesting. Thunderstorms like none other. Like it's a ridiculous state. Okay, that's where I was, Oklahoma City. That's where I was born and raised. I could not wait to get out of there either. I lived there twice. Well, we moved away and we moved back like some years later so my brother could go to school there because it was cheaper there than it was anywhere else. Well, in our region anyway. So we moved there for like a year and a half after that. That's when the ice storm hit again. And so once we got out of there, there was no looking back. Then we lived in the swamp forever and ever. Oh, there's a Biden sign. Take you behind to the poll. Well, you actually can get paper ballots here. They sent me a thing saying, hey, you can get a paper ballot. Well, I know. I asked for one, so give it to me. Because I registered with my little piece of paper and sent it in. And then I get this email saying your registration failed. And I'm like, oh, F. And I looked, because that's all it said, in like the little preview of your email. Then I opened it up. It said it failed because I was already registered, which I don't know how that happened. But it might have happened because before I moved here, a census taker came to the house. And so I don't know if that had something to do with it or not, but I have checked twice. And I said, you are registered twice. Because I'm like, please don't mess up my stuff, right? I don't want to be the one. But it said you're registered, so I'm like, okay. My favorite place to live was Las Vegas. Speaking of, I love ice and cold and not the heat, but that's a dry heat. That's a little different. Humidity is suffocating. And then you sweat for no reason. It's like being in a pot of boiling water. But in Las Vegas, it was a dry heat. And then at night, it gets like 10 degrees, which I loved, because that's the only time I left the house anyway. Because we lived across the street from the Strip. And then, more importantly, my favorite hotel, which was the Luxor. And so we lived across the street from that. And so once they turned all the lights on, I went outside and walked down the street just looking at everything. And that's the first place I moved when I left Oklahoma. So you can imagine the culture shock where Oklahoma is trees and plains. Everything's flat. Got a few hills, but everything's usually flat. Trees and grass everywhere. And then you move somewhere where, there's a pyramid across the street from your house and the Statue of Liberty and all this. Like it was culture shock times 10. You're going down the street and the McDonald's has lights on it. It's shiny. And then you go in, there's slot machines in there and the McDonald's. That was culture shock. But I loved it. No, I am not watching the debates. I can't stand to see a person being questioned, no matter who it is. It makes me anxious for some reason or another. Maybe I was, like I said in the last stream, maybe I was burned at the stake and questioned about my witch status or something. Maybe I had to stand there and watch people be questioned and burned. But I cannot stand to watch anybody, Trump, Biden, whoever it is, be questioned. I didn't watch Obama's debates either. Because like I say, the debates are supposed to let you know where the candidates stand on the issues. Is Joe Biden and Donald Trump. I don't need to know nothing else. Even if and I like Joe Biden, but even if I hated him, I am not voting for the baby killer. So we're not doing that. I don't care what Joe Biden got to say. He can stand there and say, I'm not answering that. I plead the fifth. I still am not voting for the baby killer. Just not. So I don't need to watch it. At the most, I would watch it for entertainment purposes only. Just to watch him blunder through it. That'd be the only thing. To see about how much he sniffs. That's about it. That'd be the only reason to watch it. But I cannot watch a person be questioned. It just makes me so anxious. Because every time I did try to watch clips online, I had to turn it off. Like, it makes me that anxious. I don't get anxiety about a whole lot of things, but the things I do get anxious about, I think are tied to something past life. Like, for instance, I can't sit with my back to an open door. That makes me anxious. Even if, like, for instance, the kitchen is in the house. When you go in the kitchen, the little walkway you go through, the sink is on the opposite side. So when you're washing dishes or whatever, your back is to the entryway. And that makes me anxious. To have my back to the door or entryway or anything that's open. Because I feel like something's coming up behind me. Now, mind you, in my life, that has never, in this incarnation, that has never happened. No one's ever come behind me and choked me or stabbed me or none of that. But I feel like that's what's about